Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. In this lecture, I am solving problem 11.15 from the book Fundamental of Heat Transfer by Incropera 7th edition. So, statement is considered the heat exchanger of problem 11.14. So, we will use the data of the previous problem. After several years of operation, it is observed that the outlet temperature of the cold water reaches only 95 degrees centigrade rather than the desired 120 degrees centigrade. It means that uh, due to the due to operation of many years of the heat exchanger, due to the different factors such as scaling, Pauling factors, the operating temperature is reduced from 120 degrees centigrade to 95. It decreased the cold water temperature, outlet temperature is decreased from 120 degrees centigrade to 95. It means that temperature of cold water outlet is now 95 degrees centigrade. Temperature of cold water inlet is same, but the temperature of cold water outlet is at 95 degrees centigrade, which is equal to 368 Kelvin. For the same flow rate, inlet temperatures are same. Determine the cumulative inner outer surface fouling factor that is the cause of the poorer performance. Now we will use data from the data from problem 11.14. So from 11.14, mass flow rate of cold water calculated by us was 10,000 kilogram per hour, but in kilogram per second it will be 2.7778 kilogram per second, and mass flow rate of hot water was 5,000 kilogram per hour. In kilogram per second, this is 1.3889 kilogram per second. And temperature of cold water inlet is equal to 308.35 degrees centigrade, mean 308 Kelvin. And temperature of hot water inlet is equal to 573 Kelvin, mean 300 degrees centigrade, which is equal to 573 Kelvin. And area calculated by us in the previous problem is 4.7. The same heat exchanger, it means area will be same. There will be no difference, and the performance decreases due to the fouling factor, but the area of the heat exchanger is same. Required is and for 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 cumulative fouling factor, the value of CPC and CPH will also be changed. From the book, the value of CPC is 4.187 kilojoule per kilogram per Kelvin, and CPH is 4.84 kilojoule per kilogram per Kelvin. Now required is to calculate the fouling factor R double dash F. So this is cumulative fouling factor. Now first we find the heat transfer rate in the foul condition. First we find the heat transfer rate in the foul condition. So Q and F is for foul. M dot C specific heat capacity per cold water, and temperature of cold water outlet minus temperature of cold water inlet. So QF is equal to M dot C is 2.7778. Cold specific heat capacity of cold water is 4. This is kilogram per second. Unit is kilogram per second. Specific heat capacity of cold water is 4.187 kilojoule per kilogram per Kelvin. Temperature of cold water outlet and Kelvin is 368 minus 308 Kelvin. Kelvin will be cancelled with Kelvin. Kilogram will be cancelled with kilogram. Simplify this. This value will be equal to 697.83 kilojoule per second. So joule per second is equal to watt. Now we find temperature of hot water outlet, because due to scaling, temperature of water outlet will be also changed. So we know that Q of F is equal to m dot HCpH into temperature of hot water inlet minus temperature of hot. So rearrange this like above problem 11.14. So THO is equal to THI minus Q divided by m dot H into Cph. So THI is equal to 573 Kelvin minus Q is equal to 697.83 kilowatt, and watt is equal to joule per second, divided by m dot H, mass flow rate of hot water is 1.3889 kilogram per second, and specific heat capacity for hot water in case of boiling is 4.84 kilojoule per kilogram per Kelvin. So here kilogram will be cancelled with kilogram, per second with per second, kilojoule with kilojoule. So final unit will be Kelvin. So temperature of hot water outlet is equal to 573 Kelvin, and answer of this term will be 103.8 Kelvin, which is equal to 469.2 Kelvin. So convert Kelvin into degree centigrade. So subtract 273 from this, which is 196.2 degree centigrade. So this is the temperature of hot water outlet. Now we have to find correction factor. So for correction factor, first we find P and R. So for correction factor, first find factor P and R. So P is equal to temperature of cold water outlet minus temperature of cold water inlet, divided by temperature of hot water inlet minus temperature of cold water inlet. So temperature of cold water outlet in this case is 368 Kelvin minus temperature of cold water inlet is 308 Kelvin, divided by temperature of hot water inlet is 573 Kelvin minus 308 Kelvin. So 368 minus 360 Kelvin divided by 573 minus 308 is equal to 265 Kelvin. Kelvin will be cancelled with Kelvin, and 60 divided by 265 is equal to approximately equal to 0.23. 0.226 means 0.23, and R factor is equal to temperature of hot water inlet minus temperature of hot water outlet, divided by temperature of cold water outlet minus temperature of cold water inlet, which is equal to 573 Kelvin minus 469.2 Kelvin, divided by 368 Kelvin minus 308 Kelvin. So numerator is equal to 103.8 Kelvin, denominator will be 60 Kelvin. Kelvin will be cancelled with Kelvin, and this factor is equal to 1.67. Now from figure 11.9 at P is equal to 0.23 and R is equal to 1.67, find the correction factor F. This is correction factor. So P is equal to 0.23. So x-axis represents P. So this is 0.2 and Later mole from this is 0.23. Right, straight vertical line. And R is 1.67. R for 1. This is 1.5. This curve, and this curve is for 2. Means 1.67 is between these two. So if I curve just like this, so it will intersect this vertical line and this point. So if I draw straight horizontal line here, it will intersect correction factor at 1. It means that correction factor is 1. So from the chart, correction factor is 1. Now, now we find log mean temperature difference for fall condition. So now log mean temperature difference per fall condition. So first for this we find del T1 and del T2. Del T1 is equal to temperature of hot water inlet minus temperature of cold water outlet, which is equal to 573 Kelvin minus 368 Kelvin, which is equal to 205 Kelvin. And del T2 is equal to temperature of hot water outlet minus temperature of cold water inlet, which is equal to 469.2 Kelvin minus 308 Kelvin, which is equal to 161.2 Kelvin. So log mean temperature difference for counterflow and fouling condition is equal to del T1 minus del T2 divided by this is not for fouling condition. After this, when we multiply this by f, and then it will be for fouling condition. Natural log of del T1 divided by natural log of del T2, which is equal to 205 Kelvin minus 161.2 Kelvin divided by natural log of 205 Kelvin divided by 161.2 Kelvin. So log mean temperature difference per counterflow is equal to 182.2 Kelvin. Now we include the fouling factor. So log mean temperature difference per counterflow after fouling factor inclusion is f dot del T log mean temperature difference for counterflow. Fouling factor is equal to 1, mean there will be no difference, 182.2 Kelvin, because fouling factor in this case is 1. Now to find the fouling factor, first we find this is correction factor. Now to find fouling factor, first we find the over overall heat transfer coefficient in case of fouling, in case of fouling losses. So is QF is equal to UF. UF mean U including losses in case of scalings or fouling. Next, log mean temperature difference. So for counterflow, so here UF is equal to QF divided by AF del T common. So put values here 697.83. This is the value of QF, and area of the heat exchanger is 4.75. Fouling factor is 1, and log mean temperature difference value is equal to, this is what log mean temperature difference is equal to 182.2 Kelvin. So simplify this. So overall heat transfer coefficient in case of fouling is equal to 806 watt per meter square per cube. Now find the cumulative fouling factor. Now cumulative fouling factor is denoted by R double dash F is equal to 1 over UF minus 1 over UC. UF mean Pauling overall heat transfer coefficient and UC mean clean overall heat transfer coefficient. So R double dash F is equal to 1 over, in case of Pauling the value is 806 watt per meter square per Kelvin. In case of clean overall heat coefficient, it is given in the problem 11.14, which is 1500 watt per meter square per Kelvin. So Pauling factor is equal to 1 over 806 is equal to 0.00124, and in the unit it will be meter square Kelvin per watt, minus 1 over 1500 is equal to 0.000666 meter square Kelvin per watt. So cumulative Pauling factor is equal to 0.000574 meter square Kelvin per watt, which is equal to 5.74 multiplied by 10 power minus 4 meter square into Kelvin per watt. This is the cumulative Pauling factor, and due to this factor, due to the scaling, if you check the UC clean overall heat transfer, which is 1500, this is in the start of the heat exchanger. Now after several year operation of the heat exchanger, the overall heat transfer coefficient decreases from 1500 to 806 watt per meter square into Kelvin due to the scaling on the heat exchanger. So this is the end of problem 11.15, and for more problems please like and subscribe my YouTube channel and share with your friends. Thank you.